We're live, I think.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? It's me, Maiev, with the Panda and Disco, and today it's just an ordinary stream day. But we'd be talking about Diablo 4, what is my experience on playing it, as well as is going to run us some news about banks in crypto, or statuses of the banks and their position in crypto. And yeah, the regular would be doing a Stream Elements giveaway. We're gonna play some Rune Evolution and answer some of your questions regarding the project.
It's a pretty chill
What's up?
day. Although I think it's been a pretty good week for crypto. Pretty good week for Maiev as well, hopefully. Having fun playing Diablo.
Also, a good day for mothers over in the UK. Over this way is Mother's Day.
Oh, really?
So happy Mother's Day to anyone
Happy
out there
Mother's Day.
celebrating, and condolences to anyone who finds it a difficult day as well.
And I guess in line with holidays, I think there was St. Patty's Day. That was
Indeed.
pretty recent. Was it just yesterday or is it like a few days ago? I'm not too familiar.
I've lost track of days. It was within the last couple of days, indeed.
Yeah. Honestly, the only reason I knew was because I was playing COD and they made the water in COD like all green, and I was so confused. And they added rainbows everywhere. I was so confused as to what's going on until I saw Reddit post that it was for St. Patty. So
Let's see.
okay. All right, Maiev, Diablo 4. I know we've talked about Diablo so many times on this stream. You guys all love Diablo. It is a foreign subject to me. And of course, we're going to cover this again probably next week as when we have, Alex back on and maybe Benzie, people that have, played as well. But Maiev, I know you've gotten to try the early access. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good. It is really good in some aspects, but it felt kind of short in some aspects, like the story or how they what do you call it? How they, because they're trying to give different NPCs like a story of their own, but it kind of feels a bit lacking on my part, especially for those NPCs on the main story. I wish I know they could have done it better, but in terms of the game, it's a whole new Diablo for me. Well, it's not like Diablo 2 wherein it's literally all flat. The game is designed, especially the levels were designed really good. There's a lot of explorations to do. It's like they also incentivize players for exploring the whole map. The map is it's really big. They also added some features like ladders, which we don't see in the previous Diablo games, cliffs that you could jump through, and there's also like places wherein you need to dock so that you could move forward. Yeah, feels like it's a modern version of Diablo 2. Well, there's also like a feature wherein you get to mine ores or harvest berries, which is kind of new. It's not something that we have in the previous releases or previous Diablo titles, like gathering stuffs. I also saw that there's a mounting system wherein you could ride a horse. It's not implemented, by the way. And yeah, in terms of game mechanics, it's to me it's hack and slash. There were instances where I tried to like play bosses strategically. If you're a melee hero or a melee character, it's not possible in my perspective, or maybe I'm just really bad at the game.
Well, I mean, how much have you played?
Well, the beta is only until Act 1, so I think I played for like 4 hours.
So it's still like really like early game, right? Like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's just the first few stories of it. So, but I really couldn't judge the game because I know Diablo. Everything that is fun is always on the latter part or at the end game part, wherein you'll be able to mix different items and yeah. But there are really good things such as the mods of items. You'd be able to transfer it from one item to another. You could get mods from playing dungeons, unlike in Diablo 2, wherein you just run through a random dungeon and then you just kill off all the enemies, hoping that you'd get like a very good drop. But in here, you could get like a mod. Let's say there is a frozen orb mod in this dungeon, and once you completed it, you'd be able to add it up on your different items. Skills are pretty. It's pretty simple. It's like Diablo 2, but they have added passives to those skills, and the potions is. I think that is something that I dislike because in Diablo 2 you get like there's like a potion inventory, or there's like a potion um what do you call it? Well, what do you call those things? We're in like potion slots. Yeah, potion slots wherein you could add potions there or choose whatever potion that you have. So I don't know, but in Diablo 4, you get like 4 potions, and you're able to refill it by a fountain or a well on each town, and then monster drop. They drop red orbs for you to refill those potions. So it's like you'll have unlimited HP most of the time when you're just grinding to normal normal monsters. But in bosses, once you there's like the boss HP bar is divided into 4 parts, wherein if you like remove a certain percentage of the boss HP, then you'll get more potions with you. So yeah, but in terms of design, it's really good. There's a lot of details. I really like the stuffs where in the towns or like they have ladders and stuff or stairs. Alex was even talking about why the storage box was is behind a staircase or at the second floor of the building. I didn't know. I didn't bother going to the storage part, but in terms of items, I could see a lot of potential, and yeah, it
Okay.
was fun. If I were to rate it, I'd say it's like probably 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, what is a 10 out of 10 for you?
That's a really good question, but maybe I'm into JRPGs more than Diablo. So yeah, I wish they could. It's already 2023. Hack and slash doesn't work for me anymore. So if they could add a different mechanic wherein you strategize to fight um, over your enemies rather than just simply click it and just plainly get like a huge amount of attack power and defense power, I'd say that would be a 10 out of 10 game.
Okay. So it sounds like you're not a fan of the combat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
right.
Interesting. But you are still in the early game, so maybe later on it could be a little bit more intricate, right?
Yeah, plus I'm playing solo, so I don't know how it works when you're playing with the other players.
Gotcha.
But I do see some other players in game, so you're able to interact with other players there. You could basically if there's an event happening in game, like something or like an event is like a quest that automatically triggers. You could basically join any other player who is doing that event halfway, and you'd be able to get the rewards. The items, from what I've noticed, it is shared. I mean, it is not shared, meaning that both of you get drops from treasure chests and monsters, and you aren't able to throw your items on the ground like in Diablo 2 for other people to pick it up. You will have to trade with them.
Right. So I think I think you brought up like trading and the market and stuff before. I could be wrong, but if I'm understanding, I think you mentioned that Diablo 3 like didn't have trading or something, and then
yeah, Diablo 3 has like has a marketplace where you could trade players before, but then they suddenly kill it. I don't know what's the reason. Probably RMT.
right. But Diablo 4, it does have a marketplace, right?
I didn't see any marketplace.
Oh, so there's not.
Yeah, but you're able to trade your loots with other players.
So it's back to the old school, the manual trading. You have to actually find the person that you want to trade with.
Right. Probably they'll implement.
Times.
It's still in the early phase of the game, so yeah. There were a lot of bugs. Most of it that can be solved by teleporting back into town, so that the NPC could load out.
Oh yeah, I saw some bugs on some of the clips from streams, but I guess that is perhaps to be expected. It is, early access after all, or beta, or whatever they want to call it. So makes sense. Let's see. So I think you mentioned you like ladders and having I guess levels not be flat. I think if we were talking during the meeting, right? I think from what I understood, Alex was like talking about how he didn't like it, right? Or I guess maybe I interpreted it wrong, but I thought that he was saying he didn't like it, but you do like that.
I think the only thing that he didn't like was the storage box, which was on. You will have to climb up a staircase just to get there. I think that that is what he meant. But overall, in terms of level design, it's very detailed, and yeah. I also got a vibe like, why does it feel like Benzi is part of the Diablo 4 team?
Maybe. What if?
we won't know. We won't know anyway.
What if?
Yeah.
That would be a twist, huh? That would be quite the twist.
Because most of the things that they were talking about during our meetings, or how we're going to do Sanctuary, is already there.
Well, maybe great minds think alike, or maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe Benzi was one of the first developers of Diablo, right? A former Blizzard employee.
Perhaps. But I guess you did, I guess to tie it back into Rune, is there anything implemented in Diablo that you would like to see within the Rune metaverse? Anything super cool that they did? Or is it just like kind of generic?
Yeah. Not really.
Not really.
It feels like it's basically the same with good graphics. They could have improved more, but I'm not in the position to say that, because I've only seen 5% of the game. So
okay, fair enough. I mean, it is a 7 out of 10 for you, right? It's just a 7 out of 10 for you. So
yeah,
maybe you're not the most hyped on it.
Yeah, and probably because I know that my character is gonna get wiped out.
Oh, wait, I gotta ask, were there any waifus?
You're able to customize your characters.
Okay.
From the hair, eyes,
okay, that's
skin
something.
color. Yeah, you'd be able to, like the other RPGs.
There
but
we
yeah,
go.
no waifus.
Okay, but you can be the waifu.
They all look like.
Oh, don't tell me they're all ugly.
They look like what do you call strong characters or muscular characters in
Hey,
animes.
okay,
So
nothing
the
wrong with
waifus.
that. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
If you're a fan, then maybe you could consider that as your waifu.
Oh yeah, you
But
can
to
have
me,
some.
they're not. Yeah, they're not. You know,
You know,
you know the waifus that I want are the same with Ekis, right?
so you're not into strong, muscular waifus. Is that what you're saying, Maiev?
No, I'm not sure if I could describe them on stream, but yeah, Eki always describes that whenever we try to ask him to share his screen.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess thanks for your input on that, Diablo. I mean, I don't know if I said it before the stream or if I said it during the stream, but yeah, unfortunately, from what I understand, it's only beta for just a couple of days, right? So I did not go ahead and spend the $90 that I asked for to play for 2 days early. So I'm gonna wait until the game actually releases, and then maybe I'll give it a try. You know, Blue Protocol. If I'm not feeling Blue Protocol, you know, maybe I'll give Diablo a try. But I think for me, I'm definitely still
They
more in
won't be
favor of Blue
releasing it,
Protocol.
right? They won't be releasing it until Q4.
Diablo or Blue Protocol?
Blue Protocol. I've heard that they release it in Q4. Or
Really?
Q3.
Who said that? Oh man.
A friend of mine.
Does he a game dev for Blue Protocol? Do you have some insider
I think
information, Maiev?
No, just from the news, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, last I heard, it was still either the first half of 2023, or it's in the second half of 2023. I don't know. It was like maybe a translation error, or I'm not exactly sure what. But I'm crossing my fingers, crossing my toes that it's going to be coming out soon. I've been looking for a new game to play. I guess Counter-Strike, maybe that'll take up my time, but yeah. Disco, do you have any thoughts on Diablo before we move on to your news?
No, I mean I haven't played the new one yet. I'll probably have a go at some point after release. I don't really have time to play games at the moment, so not really had much of a look in. I mean, I've seen a few clips, videos, and stuff, and I mean, graphics-wise, like Maiev sort of has alluded to, looks great. I guess, yeah, I haven't had a chance to have a fiddle with it. I know I kind of heard Maiev say that nothing much has really changed. I wonder how intentional that is. People were kind of expecting a certain thing from a Diablo game, in terms of the combat, in terms of the way it plays and the mechanics. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see, whether it has got a kind of dated feel to it. And it is my right, it has that style of gameplay actually become dated in itself. Do we just expect something a little bit more tactical, involving from our battles these days?
Yeah, because it's been like 10 years. Come on.
But
I've only
maybe
seen,
people
like, a few
just
changes.
want maybe people want kind of a similar game though, like especially Diablo fans.
And there aren't that many
Well,
out there. I know originally, when Diablo kind of first hit the scene, there was a lot of copies for that style of gameplay. These days, as Maiev rightly says, we see it less and less. So perhaps, it is filling that hole, in terms of that style of gameplay that we just don't see new games for anymore.
Okay, before we move on, I just have one last question about Diablo. Is there PvP in Diablo or no?
there is going to be a PvP in Diablo because
There
have
is.
3 resources there, like gold, and then there's like a red crystal, which you could get from PvP.
Okay, cool. Was there
I'm
PvP
just not
before
sure.
in 3 or 2?
I can't recall if there's PvP in Diablo 3, but in Diablo 2 there is.
There is. Okay. I mean, PvP definitely, that changes probably a lot. I'm assuming PvP was not in the the beta, right?
Haven't tried.
Haven't tried.
I don't know.
Okay, all right,
I
fair enough.
didn't explore the game like probably I've explored like 60% of the beta. I didn't even bother going to the world boss or going to a high level dungeon because I'm playing alone. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, playing with
I
other
thought
people
my
that
friend.
probably changes things a little bit as
Yeah.
well.
I thought my friends were going to play, but there were just two of us who played. Probably they'll play upon release.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll come back and we'll revisit this topic probably next week when we do have Alex on. I think he had quite a lot to say regarding Diablo, regarding his experiences, and I think he got some inspiration from it as well. So we'll come back to this next week, but now it is crypto news time. Bitcoin, Ethereum, I think BNB as well, all like doing pretty well the past week. Actually, kind of crazy. I think, it dropped just below 20K to make sure that I was wrong with my prediction, and now it looks like we're going back to 30K. So, go figures, right? Go figures. Such as the life of the No Luck Panda. All right, Disco, what you got for us this week?
Well, in terms of actual crypto news, things have been relatively quiet. We've not really seen a great deal. I think Sam Bankman-Fried's kind of statements and bank accounts were published as part of the discovery. I think some of the statements of FTX, so we kind of saw the amount of money being thrown around and loaned to him personally. I think it was like $2 billion or something like that. So, quite substantial. And as we always expected, that case is going to take a long time to bring all this kind of information to light. But still shocking to hear, of course, considering the impact. Aside from that, not a great deal has moved in terms of the crypto market behind the scenes. Of course, right up front is that big chart that Panda was mentioning. Bitcoin, as probably most of us are aware, exceeding 28,000 and seemingly continuing to rise. Who knows? Quite interesting to see that it is rising. I think the narrative is that Bitcoin, as the original narrative, is a safe haven from banks and bank issues. And we saw, of course, Bitcoin created as a reaction to the 2008 banking crisis. This one is currently distinctly different. That was a credit crisis. This seemingly is a liquidity crisis. Not because of bad debt, but just because of unfavorable market conditions, somewhat created by the Fed. So what we're seeing now still, though, is a strain on banks, and as a result of that, supposedly people moving into Bitcoin. What's interesting, though, is that nobody actually seems to be buying Bitcoin. And certainly on Coinbase, we didn't see any volume. Any volume for Bitcoin was actually just pure selling. As is being reported on numerous other exchanges as well. Aside from those that do use those slightly concerning stable coins of USDT, and now TUSD, Tron, and Justin Sun's backing was heavily involved in all those strange cross-chain transfers back and forth between these stable coins for very large amounts. Transactions burnt here and there, sometimes, usually. And so what we're seeing is these markets and exchanges that normally participate in these kind of transfers tend to be the ones where all this selling is occurring in terms of the volume that's driving the price up. And then on other exchanges, just follow suit purely because of arbitrage. People can buy it on somewhere like Coinbase where all the selling is happening for a cheaper price, and then sell it on a different exchange where it's being bought and traded higher, supposedly, and therefore, profit on the difference. So eventually that will counteract all the selling that's occurring, which is why we kind of see on some exchanges reported about 85-15% split in terms of people, 85% of people selling and then 15% buying. and as everyone is, buying up large volumes, maybe it is large players sweeping up, who knows. But certainly it doesn't feel like there's an appetite. I don't know about anyone else. It doesn't, to me, either feel like a bull run. So this, of course, is also on the back of, and what's notable and must be remembered, is on the back of CZ mentioning publicly that he was going to be swapping the industry or Seifu fund or recovery fund, or one of the funds that he's put aside, swapping the collateral backing it from BUSD into BTC and USDT and TUSD. So quite notable there, essentially signaling to the market that we're going to go out and buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, which is very strange that you would let the entire market and world front run you on that trade, considering the size of his knowledge and awareness of the markets and the way things operate. It's quite bizarre that I personally find that bizarre that somebody would do that. Aside from that, we've also then seen some of the collateral being swapped from BUSD, so that has again caused a lot of, in some circles, lack of confidence around BUSD. Certainly within our community, again, we've had questions around that. And I do, maybe we'll try and get a Medium article at some point around this. We're still comfortable in BUSD. It's still, billions of dollars in terms of market cap. It's still readily available, still being traded. There's still no concerns around it. So again, there's no need to, in our point of view, start reacting and moving away from liquidity pools. We talked a bit about this the other week as well, with Binzi on as well. So we'll keep reiterating the message. As and soon, when we do feel like it's time to start taking actions or think about something else, we'll of course be upfront with you and communicate that with you. There may be things that, we just have to follow a certain path because that's what the market dictates, in terms of there's only one stable coin or there's only one chain or path we need to follow. Alternatively, it may be that actually we do have some options, and then we're able to put that to governance voting or whatever other method as well to get that community input as to what the preferred actions forwards are. But we'll certainly, keep you updated. We're following all this activity closely. Aside from crypto and crypto markets doing well, which is great for those invested, I'm still personally out. I don't quite trust the markets at the moment, so I'm stepping back. But for those who are involved, what is perhaps the bigger concern is the general banking system, again coming under stress following the collapse of some of those large American banks involved with the cryptocurrency. Silvergate, Silicon Valley in terms of their tech involvement and all the funding there, and the VC culture. And then, of course, Signature Bank and their Signet, who didn't actually become insolvent. They just got taken over by the FDIC anyway because of supposed systemic risk, which is somewhat concerning, that in three crypto-friendly banks and the kind of pillars of the on and off ramps of fiat to crypto for the dollar anyway, happened to get taken out within a space of 4 days. One of them didn't even become insolvent. So that's somewhat concerning. Aside from that, there is now a wider implication. The fallout from that is that other banks potentially could have been impacted. There was a list of, I think, around about 170 regional banks across the US that were potentially in a very similar situation to Silicon Valley Bank. That is, they bought long-term treasuries, bonds with what are now low interest rates. At the time, they were relatively high in the zero interest rate environment that we were in. Now, of course, they are worth much less on the open market. And as a result of that, people moving funds around, the money might not be readily available. And if they therefore need to cash those bonds out on the market, they'll get significantly less and have to book those losses. Therefore, the central banks, and a number of them have only announced in the last couple of hours that they're actually going to be providing additional liquidity backstop available for various central banks, and there'll be a direct swap opening up again between them. It happens and again anyway. It's not entirely unusual, but does tend to happen during times of stress and where free markets can't operate efficiently enough because of the concerns for dollar demand, and because how the dollar is a global reserve currency and so heavily integrated into other global economies in other parts of the world. It therefore means that if the dollar is not readily available because of its own internal economic pressures, then there is also a negative impact elsewhere globally, which of course the US don't want to happen, because that ultimately could eventually lead to less reliance on the dollar as a global reserve currency, which it is slowly becoming a more and more of a concern for them, especially in light of having placed sanctions onto Russia, China, and other countries, and therefore withholding some of Russia's gold when they requested to withdraw that because of the sanctions that came into effect just as the withdrawal time was about to come around. Again, strange coincidences there in terms of timing. But we do see other countries concerned around this in terms of the interference that the US can have on their own internal economies simply through the nature of the dollar and its power and integration in their own economies. So this is something that countries aren't taking lightly, and countries like Russia and China are proposing alternatives to that, of course, end up looking more and more appealing when the US is acting this way, when the US banking system crumbles and takes down their own economies. So I think we have to really exercise great caution around what's coming, although this is materially different to 2008 in terms of the actual ramifications, what that means. I think this could potentially be more significant because we didn't really change or do much after 2008 and the banking crisis. Then there was no real regulations put in place to stop the kind of trading happening that caused that in the first place. And we've only kind of gone downhill since then, so and more indebted as well. So yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see how this kind of plays out for everyone, let alone crypto. I think the other notable thing is that Binance, in the meantime, do seem to be losing more and more payment processes. I myself in the UK won't be able to deposit or withdraw funds with Binance from sometime in May. They've lost their payments processor in Britain. And the European Council, the EU Council, also came out and said that if the EU are going to ban drugs, then they should also ban crypto. So quite a strong anti-crypto stance amidst all of this banking chaos and collapse. Take that as you will.
Was the Binance thing, was it just like an anti-Binance thing, or is it an anti-crypto thing?
So there's certainly suggestions and feelings that this is an anti-crypto thing. Binance naturally will be a target, being the largest player in the industry. And, I guess some aspects would be solely targeting Binance. So potentially, they might feel that there. But I think generally among legislators, somewhat in the US, some parts are quite favourable, some not. Certainly across the EU and in that council, they're giving out very strong anti-crypto statements and views. Whether or not that holds, and they were actually trying to put essentially kill switches in smart contracts as part of the legislation, which is entirely unworkable, or if it would undermine crypto and the whole point of blockchain in the first place, and give that centralized control and surely be hacked and manipulated. But this is the kind of lack of understanding, I think, within the EU councils and those kind of boards. They do just see crypto as a anti-state criminal measure, that must be eradicated, that must be evil. Now, of course, there are so many libertarian benefits if they are realised and if they're allowed to be realised. And we end up with good intentions in the space, which I think is the harder thing, perhaps because it's had to hide in the shadows for so long and it's been allowed to hide in the shadows. I think bringing, crypto friendly, but forms of regulation that help consumers would be useful, that educate consumers on how to use crypto safely, how to interact with the blockchain. I think those are the better measures, because the industries aren't going away. And I think governments need to realise that. And again, unlike some industries where potentially they could shut them down, the technology in its very nature does ensure that can be avoided, and avoiding that regulation is a distinct possibility. Now, do remember, a lot of blockchains, a lot of companies, while they tout decentralization, actually they own that blockchain, they run that blockchain, they are companies, and therefore they will quite happily shut down or move or change their business model or do something different if the legislators say that they must do so, because they have no choice, because otherwise the company directors and the workers will get arrested potentially. So that's one thing to consider, and therefore you have to also think, what actually is blockchain, what is decentralized, what isn't, what is still reliant on a group of people. And I guess there aren't many that are left at that point.
I think it's kind of crazy how over the past few, months, it's been I don't know, there's been so many things that I feel like I would assume would be too big to fail, and then they end up failing. And I guess we'll have to see whether or not that keeps going, or whether or not this will be the end. But then again, that's what I thought a couple months ago, so
yeah,
maybe it never ends. I don't know. But then again, I think back, going into COVID, I guess it was that was when Bitcoin actually started popping off, right? Right after the huge crash, everything just then went to the moon. Insane.
Because people were sitting at home on their computers with nothing to do, being paid money for doing nothing. And for some people that potentially would have been more than they were actually getting at the time.
Who would have thought that would have worked
there was
out?
all the hype in the news around Bitcoin, and people joined in.
Yeah,
and that I think is again what feels somewhat different. It doesn't feel like there's a bull market hype.
Yeah, you're still crypto. You're still disco bear.
No. Who outside of the crypto circles and people who interact with crypto anyway, who's talking about crypto? Who's talking about Bitcoin? Even though Bitcoin's hit 28k, the world doesn't care.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but did the world care before? I guess
they did. They did care during a bull run. The world cared. No one cares that Bitcoin's nearly at 30k.
Right. Well, how high do you think Bitcoin will have to go before people care? How high before you care?
How high before I care?
Yeah.
I'd like to see it break and hold 30, a good margin on 30. I'm talking maybe 32, 33.
I think last time you said 30, so.
Did I? Yeah, so it's in and around. I think 30 is the mental barrier. That's when people start thinking it's a bull run. That's when I think we'll go down shortly afterwards, because I think they'll finally turn the bears into bulls and then trap them.
Hey, I mean, that's what Loma said. People will start carrying
and cash out the system while they can, because I think that's also part of me does suspect that people are manipulating the market to just try and cash out a bit more while they can, while they were still on and off ramps. Because I think once those go, then what money comes into crypto? Now, there's been a big push from companies like Binance to expand, and other Binance, Crypto.com as well, to expand into other markets outside of the US, and they're continuously opening up in new countries. Sure, those kind of companies want to expand, and it's fairly easy for them to do so. Translate your website, open up a few payment processes and banks in that country, job done. And you can offer the same service as you do to everyone else. But yeah, I just, again, I'm not sure who's buying. I feel like there's a lot of suspect activity going on at the moment with a lot of money that may or may not be there in reality. And that's why personally I'm staying out still.
All right, LibTekken says 34K. Loma says people will start carrying at 60K, which honestly I think I do think it is. It is kind of funny how, I think when people start carrying again, that's probably when it's actually going to be too late. That's when you kind of miss most of the move. It's when people actually start carrying again.
Right. When you hear your non-crypto friends talking about Bitcoin,
that's when
how
everyone's
good it is. Yeah,
you're too late to FOMO.
That's when you've confirmed the ball though, and again, but even before that, you get inklings, because you get the odd one or two who are fairly clued in, just going, they pop up again and ask, oh, do you think like this time it's it? Like, is this full run? Or oh, do you remember how to get onto this wallet? Like,
do you know what my seed phrase is?
All these kind of things.
And the coins already have
people
gone
start
times
popping
10.
up like that. And again, like, oh, you guys are still around, didn't realize you're still here. You'll notice when we're in a bull run.
Okay.
And you'll notice like gradually more and more noise like we're in a bull run. But again, when I go and look at, in terms of what's happening for NFT projects, even with collaborations and stuff like that, and giveaways and all this, they're just not attracting the same kind of crowds. People just aren't interested. And to be fair, why would they be when they're struggling to pay their bills, struggling to eat, struggling potentially to retain their job because all these companies are firing people, and at the same time all the banks are struggling for money themselves. So who's going to start investing in Bitcoin now? I mean, yes, maybe if you die hard believe that Bitcoin, there is an alternative to a banking system, and that is the way forward. And I do think that Bitcoin has the potential to act as a global reserve currency. I don't think on its own it's fast enough and usable enough for day-to-day transactions. Things like the Lightning Network do make that happen, like possible. And now, of course, we're seeing ordinals, we're seeing NFTs. It happened a few years ago in the past anyway. Slightly different implementation, or more favourable anyway, and really taking steam. So, yeah, I do think. I don't know. I don't think we're in a bull run. I think markets are being manipulated because the narrative works well, and therefore they're just kind of tricking people into thinking we're in a bull run, because it makes sense that we would be, because the banks are crashing and therefore people would be just buying Bitcoin. In reality, I think some big players are moving some money around and potentially getting themselves out.
Gotcha. So Disco Bear says, "Don't be fooled, guys. Don't be fooled. Don't fall for it. It's a trap."
I mean, look, there's nothing to say. Had you bought the 20k and you're sitting there now, that's not a bad rise. And if you know what you're doing in terms of trading, you're trading with the amounts you can afford to lose, by all means, be my guest. It really doesn't matter whether the market is right or wrong, or true or false, or honest or not,
right?
Or whichever direction it goes to. If you're trading actually volatility and stuff like that, is somewhat good, because you want volatility for prices to move lots so that you can take advantage when you trade and make bigger gains, hopefully. But yeah, in terms of if you're looking at long term, when to get in, and the fundamentals of what's happening, and the volume as well, I'm just not sure. You're sure. People have noted that the order books are quite thin in terms of selling on Binance and other places post 30k. Now, of course, the volume is likely to come in at that price point as well. If that were true, then and were to hold, then that would suggest potentially quite a rapid climb beyond that point. I don't know. I still feel like most people sitting on their coins are probably looking to sell. And a lot of people would have come in as newbies as part of the market last time. Maybe they got in around that first 30k and they're still holding. I think people are going to be looking to exit. I don't know. I'm personally bearish still.
All right.
Even though the markets might and probably will go up.
Okay. All right. Maiev, what about you? Have you been paying attention?
No, I'm just.
You just admitted it. You just said no. Oh my god. You're not even denying it anymore.
I really don't look much at the markets at the moment. I don't think it's time to be busy with the market. But yeah, I've been trying to accumulate crypto, but I really don't pay attention much to the charts. I'd be happy if the coin that I'm holding would go ×3 or ×2 at the moment. Probably I'll be set.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, I wish what I was holding would just double in price. That sure would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sure would be nice. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, thanks Disco for the news. I think it's about time for us to move on to Evo. I did update my client, so unfortunate, or maybe fortunately for some of you, I will no longer be a impartial player. I'll still try to I try to play fair, but you know, since I do have the names now, it's a little bit more difficult.
Isn't it going to be much easier when you have names?
What do you mean?
Isn't it going to be
Oh, what happened to my thing? Oh my god.
never mind.
Okay, guys, I have a question for you. Okay, so you know the remember me button, right? Is it toggled on when it's white, or is it toggled on when it's not white?
It's toggled on when it's white.
Okay, that's what I thought, but it didn't save. Man. Maybe I did something wrong. So I did log in before the stream just to make sure that everything was working. And now I gotta relog again, so give me 1 second.
Why are you doubtful with the newer client? Aren't you supposed to be doubtful when if you're using the older one that it's working?
Did you force close?
I did not know.
Did you go like through quick game and?
Yeah.
I'm not sure then.
I thought maybe I just didn't. I can never tell whether the white means that the remember me button is checked, or whether if it's black it means it's checked. All right, well, hopefully it saves this time. If not, then the Santa hats are coming back.
Panda, you're using a different account.
Am I really? Oh,
Yeah.
You're right, I am. Okay. Well, looks like I logged into the wrong account. I gotta relog now.
Yeah, let's just wait for this round to finish before we proceed with Battle Royale. Or Pandemonium.
Wait, am I still in the game, or? I
no,
shouldn't be, right? Okay.
You're not in game.
What? Wait.
I'm stuck.
Wait, now I can't log on, guys. Oh my god.
What did you do?
I'm telling you, it's the Santa hats. The Santa hats made everything work. Do you see me on? It seems like I'm getting like the infinite loading thingy.
Got room giveaways.
No.
On it.
Should be pandemonium, right?
Yeah, it
They're
should
not
be.
in-game.
It should be. Okay, well.
We still have 2 more minutes.
2 minutes? Alright. I'm against the clock. Let's see. Hard refresh everything and try this again. Maybe if I open it not through the launcher, maybe that'll do something. Though I don't know why that would make a difference.
I think you just need to get the other wallet
I'm on.
signature.
I'm on.
Are you in?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I am now in.
I can
Okay,
see
cool.
you.
With time to spare.
We are in the last minute. I just killed Panda. He
Thanks.
is
Thanks, I
setting
appreciate
things
it.
up. Thanks for the free kill.
Yeah, I just have to
Oh.
turn down the UI
Oh, no.
scaling a little bit.
I thought I was leading.
Alright, now hopefully OBS does pick up the game. Hopefully. Ah, look, everything's working. Nice. Nice. I can see it's Discomonk now.
Oh no, I'm gonna get killed.
5 seconds
Save.
left, Maiev.
How did you kill me?
I don't know either. Maybe I've stacked up too many HP.
It really is
Oh,
weird not seeing the hats.
Alright, since the round is over and we have a couple players in, we'll be starting Pandemonium. Just go to the mod panel. Panel. Alright, I'm in the mod panel. Enable Battle Royale. Oh no, I need to go with Pandemonium first. Pandemonium. Got party. Pandemonium. Disable Battle Royale. Alright. So everyone should be able to hop in. Wow, we have plenty of players. I'm surprised.
Yeah, good amount of
Alright.
players.
Should we go ahead and start?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
So I'll enable Battle Royale and disable God Party. Yep, so there you
I
go.
gotta turn up the damage on touch.
Oh, yeah. Damage, make it 200 since we don't have egg here.
Okay. So how do I do it? Do I just Do I just chase after whatever dragon is?
Yeah,
that's
I
closest to me?
usually chase
Well, I got
every
stuck.
dragon who is closer to me.
Okay. Goodbye,
I
Disco.
basically lock onto the dragon that is close to me.
Oh,
Then-
look who it is. Look who it is. Get him,
Excuse
Maiev.
me,
I'm in the middle.
Kill
Get
him.
him. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Oh, that was the
have
last
one.
dragon. Of course, Chaos Myth is. Of course, Chaos Myth is a
He
winner.
was the
of
winner?
course. I didn't see him. I didn't even see him the entire time. So like, yeah, he's so good at hiding from me.
Yeah, basically he just avoids us.
Maybe he has a stream open and he sees where I am and he goes on the opposite side of the map.
What even with the delay though?
It's not that much of a delay, is there? It's like maybe a couple
A
of
few
seconds.
seconds, I think.
Alright, so there you go. You guys can hop back
Yeah,
in. Okay, Smith was the first winner, as expected. How many dragons do we have here? 1, 2, 3.
So, Maiev,
What?
I know before the stream you said you were pretty hungry. What are you gonna eat?
I don't know. McDonald's?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've been addicted to McDonald's. I've had more McDonald's recently than I've had in a while.
Yeah, I've been addicted to McChicken. There's like you could buy like a McChicken here with 2 patties.
What? That's a
And-
lot of chicken.
Yeah, I really love that.
That's a lot of chicken. God damn.
Chicken with 2 patties. It's a must whenever I try to order in McDonald's.
Wait, when you say chicken with 2 patties, do you mean like 2 pieces of chicken, or do you mean like chicken with like?
Yeah, 2 chicken patties
Okay.
on the McChicken.
You really like your chicken.
Yeah, there is like a double quarter pounder, but I'm not sure if I could
Yeah.
eat it all.
That would just be a half pound. Half pound.
Yeah,
Wait, do you
or like
do you guys have Chick-fil-A there? You do, right?
we do, but I believe it's only one store.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you like Chick-fil-A better, but I guess you probably haven't had
I haven't
it.
tried it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A in the Philippines.
Are you
I'm
ready
not
to
sure if
start?
they've opened. Yeah. People. Oh, sorry. Disabled God Party. We just had like Olive Garden opened here.
Wait, you
so-
said Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Olive Garden? That's that's
Yep.
not okay. That seems really strange. An Olive Garden? Wait,
Yeah.
is Olive Garden a global brand? I thought it was just like an American thing that tries to be like Italian, but
Well, they just opened here, so I believe it's a go.
have you tried it?
Brand now. Haven't.
I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of people maybe they don't really like Olive Garden, but I kind of liked it. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty good. There's a lot of food too. I like the bread. Like, it's a lot of food, but it's not very expensive, and I think it's quite good.
Haven't tried it.
And we're already down to one
Panda.
dragon. Of
Yeah, it's
course.
Chaos Myth again.
Of course it is.
Alright.
I did not
Since
see him.
Since Chaos Myth has won twice, maybe we should target him.
But that's, I don't know. I feel dirty if I do that, you know? It feels
I don't
like
It's
think it's
fine.
a fair round, is it?
It's fine because
is it fine?
Yeah.
Is it fine, Chaos
Is it-
Smith?
is it fine?
Maiev says it's fine.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. He has won like 20 times
he really has.
in 3 weeks.
He really
So-
he really wins like at least 4 times out of the 5 rounds that we do.
Yeah.
He has this down like to science basically.
I think I'm on people might quit playing with us or playing Battle Royale if they only see. They'll just get tired saying that Chaos Myth's just gonna win. I'm not gonna play Evo. I'll just join Stream Elements.
I feel like if people are like 500 IQ, the play is to just follow Chaos Myth, you know? If Chaos Myth is hiding from me, if they just follow Chaos Myth, then I won't find any of them. That'll be the meta.
I'm gonna target Chaos Myth. So if you guys want to live, stay away from Chaos Myth. Oh no, Cramps! I didn't do anything.
Oh wait, did you start already or not?
Yeah,
He
I
started,
started?
yeah. He started and he's on a killing spree.
I hate
Chase him.
targeting him. I'm stuck. This is why we don't target Chaos Myth. We just embarrass ourselves. Now he's gone.
He's hiding somewhere.
Where is he?
He's
I
on top,
didn't even.
top
Okay,
of the map.
well,
Top of the
I
map.
feel like I didn't even try to kill Disco. He just ran to me.
Oh,
Is he
no.
top? I don't see him.
He is on the islands. There you go. They see him now. Oh, there you go. We killed him. Sassy boy. Sorry. You're the first one in our side. Oh, there you go. So our winner is
Poor
Discord.
Chaos Myth.
Yay! Finally, we have a new winner.
Listen to Maiev is so happy that Chaos is losing. What the- Oh my god. Maiev is actually a bully.
Not really. Well, we're just giving chances to others. So yeah, Chaos Smith would understand. Because without those players, he wouldn't have. Yeah. You need those players. We need players to run a game. Come on, Chaos Smith. You've already proven yourself. There's nothing else left to prove.
Like immortalized in rune history, without a doubt.
Speaking of being immortalized in Rune history, we have Rune Royale, but that'll be at the end of next month, and eventually we'll get the governance vote posted on what you guys will want to
So
see for the
we
prize
have Rune
distribution.
Royale for next week, right?
No,
No,
Oh, next
at
month.
the end of April, at the end of the
Ah,
season,
right.
Yeah, end of April.
30th. And as Panda said just then, what we'll do is, Maiev, I think you're going to start the round soon. As Panda mentioned, what we'll do is we'll get the governance vote out for the prize pool allocation, how you kind of want to split it. Similar sort of prize pool, still going to be $100, I believe. But just in terms of percentages, whether we still want to go very top heavy as we do at the moment, pan out to 5 places, maybe we want to pay less but more to each of those. Maybe we still want to do 5 and just spread it out a bit more equally, want to get your views. So yeah, we'll get that out sometime this week as well. Just need to do a bit of admin.
Almost got him, Panda.
Ah. I think I liked how it was before, like what it was originally before we made it super top heavy. But I
Like
think Benzie liked the
50.
top heavy, so I don't know. We'll see.
50 on the first place.
Yeah, it used to be more of an even distribution rather than giving like first place a flat bonus.
Yep. Oh. Works for me.
Goodbye, sassy boy. You're in my line of sight.
Oh, you just killed Chaos Smith.
Yeah,
Who's the last dragon standing?
it was Chaos Myth.
Oh, alright. So, there you go. It's still Chaos Smith. That's 3 out of 4.
Some things are inevitable, you know? You have, Panda being wrong about his Bitcoin predictions. You have Thanos, and then you have Chaos Myth winning 4 out of 5 Pandemonium games. Some things are just inevitable.
All right, on to the last round of Pandemonium. Enabled Battle Royale. Disabled God Party. Let's go. And I'm stuck.
Oh, did I miss the round?
You might
Yeah.
have.
I did.
Yeah, let's give way to Disco. I'll disable Battle Royale.
Okay. I didn't kill anybody yet, so I guess we can. Ah, Benzi's here. Look,
we're gonna
Benzi,
jump in.
I updated my client. Now we have names.
Finally,
No more
Maiev
Santa
after
I'm a bully.
unfortunately. No more Santa
after how
hats.
many years? How many
Honestly,
months?
like 1 year. Honestly, like a year, like more than a year, right?
That's more than a year, right? Are you in Disco?
I am in. Thank you.
All right, so you could start now.
You know what? I appreciate the backwards compatibility. That everything from that's a client from more than a year ago
Backwards
still worked perfectly fine
Compatibility with what?
with older versions of the client.
Yeah. All right.
I still haven't updated my Twitter, so like I still like the verified thing. The verified checkmark is still exactly the
Aren't
same
you able to?
as
Does
it
it
was.
work?
Yeah, it works fine. There's no like, people can now pay for the verifications, right? We haven't talked about Twitter in a while,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, but if someone pays for it, I don't see it. So I only see the people that are like actually verified. You know what I mean?
But doesn't your app auto updates if you're using an old version?
Oh, no. First thing I do when I get a phone, turn off auto updates on everything. First thing, actually.
Yeah, but they won't allow you that. It
Oh,
will
no,
say
no.
like, please
No,
update the app
No.
before you can use it.
No. It still works. It only some apps doesn't work like that, but Twitter fortunately does.
Cool.
Like Twitter, Instagram, I think all of the social medias, they actually still work on older versions. But like,
All they got to do is pull text.
I
Yeah.
assume
an
that
image
one of
URL
Panda's old
side.
phone still has Flappy Bird on it.
oh my god, Flappy Bird. Oh my god. That was good times. Okay, so I think I killed Sassy Boy and Chaos Smith like right next to each other. But I believe Sassy Boy is actually the last dragon standing, so Sassy Boy
Right.
does get a win in here, and it looks like Chaos Smith is not as inevitable as Thanos. He only got 3 out of 4 this week. I mean, 3 out of 5. Alright.
Alright. Then I'd be restarting the server.
Okay, cool. All right, now stream elements. Twitch chat, what are we crafting today? What are you guys looking for?
I don't know what are we crafting?
Man, stream elements just had an update. I don't know where the button is anymore.
No, definitely not Soul Cord, right?
Oh, there's a dashboard.
No, so I
found
think
it.
so called possibly next week, because I think we'll be celebrating our anniversary next week. It's on the 28th, so 2 days later makes more sense to do it in the same month, I guess. So maybe we'll do some Soul Cord next week as a craft. So make sure you join in for definitely a chance to win there.
Any other suggestions? Also, this just reminds me. Okay, so yeah, usually apps don't auto update, but the McDonald's app somehow automatically updated, and then they I think double charged me. So yeah, I guess that's what I get for updating it.
That's a really bad update.
That's what I'm saying. Like it worked perfectly fine before. Why change something that worked fine?
You know what's funny in here? Because do you guys get discounts for senior citizens or people above 60? Do they get discounts on restaurants?
I think some of them, yeah. Some of them,
places,
yeah.
but I don't think in McDonald's.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
probably not
in
McDonald's.
here, in here you could actually get discounts for senior citizens on all of the restaurants that provides receipts.
Oh wow.
But the fun thing is that on my app, I'm using like a senior citizen ID,
What?
and
What do you what do you mean?
and and then I was afraid that I've asked McDonald's delivery, but I was afraid that when the rider gets here, they would ask for the senior citizen ID card as a proof, but they did not because they've asked what do you call it? They've outsourced a different delivery app to do the delivery for
Yeah.
them. So whenever I try to order at McDonald's, I get like a 5% discount.
Damn. Damn. Look at Maiev. He's actually scamming the system. Wait, so all you have to do is like, you don't need an ID or anything? You just put in the app that your age is like 65 and
No,
you're good?
you just put in the there are like ID numbers, right, on every ID, right? So just put in the ID number.
So you took
the
somebody
McDonald's
else's ID number and you used
Yeah.
theirs.
Yeah. Well, it's only a hack when I'm on my girlfriend's apartment, right? If it's,
Oh, so you're pinning all
Yes.
the fraud on her.
but if I'm
as
at home, my parents are seniors, so yeah, it's
So
good.
it can't be tracked back to you. You only used it when you were there.
Yeah.
well. No, he's just framing his girlfriend instead.
Oh my god.
But anyway, you don't get much. Basically, the discount isn't as big as when you are on the store, but yeah, you get free delivery fee.
That's huge.
Well, it's cheap here. Delivery is like $1 only.
What?
That's good.
What? How's that even possible? That's insane.
But meals in McDonald's are like for two. It's like $10, and I'd be really full. I'd have like 3 different meals.
Man, you guys have really cheap food, huh?
Yeah, it's cheap, but salary here is not as big as in there,
Mm.
so
Yeah, I
it
guess that's
pretty
true.
much evens out.
I guess that's true, but man, delivery is like actually insanely expensive. Like it's so expensive that like I don't even bother getting like I don't know. I think after
Don't you
COVID.
have like mandatory tips for drivers and stuff as
Yeah,
well? Like,
yeah. So
whereas,
tips,
like,
yeah.
tipping's optional over here. So I think for on
Well,
like
it's
Uber Eats
not-
or something like.
It's not mandatory. Like you don't have to
Delivery-
do it, but you're kind of a dick if you don't tip, you know.
Yeah, see,
So-
it's a very different
It-
culture.
it's
whereas
not
over
in here.
Most. of the
But
time
in
it is.
restaurants, it's like you're obliged to tip unless there is like a service charge. Because in here,
Wait, what are we?
there's
Wait,
some
hold on. What are we crafting, guys? we still haven't decided what we're crafting. I've been just looking at the thing.
Well,
Maiev, what are we crafting?
you know me.
Let's do some
If you ask me
Hellweaver.
what we're going to craft, oh, all right. So Disco wanted Hell Reaver. So we give him Hell Reaver.
Hell Reaver. Okay, it's been a while since we've done Hell Reaver. Hell Reaver.
I think delivery.
Alright.
So Uber Eats or something like that, you're looking at about £1.50, £2 for a service charge for Uber, and then another £1, £2 for the actual delivery itself, which is the equivalent of about $5, I guess, something like that. I don't know if that's good or bad for a delivery fee for you, but then we get that half of that for free if you're on their like Uber One plan or something like that.
We have to pay for
Yeah.
that. So,
Here.
You do have to pay for that, although I get free delivery as part of Amazon Prime, which I pay for.
what? Wait,
Yeah,
you're
free
wait.
delivery.
Amazon
So
Prime
delivery, a
pays
bit
for
like
your
Uber Eats.
delivery food? Or food delivery?
Yeah, that was one of the benefits of Amazon Prime was a year's free delivery plus, which is the same as like Uber Eats.
Hmm.
Not all companies do it, and annoyingly, McDonald's on Deliveroo don't take part in it. So if I order McDonald's off there, I still have to pay delivery.
Shame.
So I tend to go to Uber, which is slightly cheaper for delivery, about 50p or something.
Do they do
It's
DoorDash? I think they do
principle, isn't it?
DoorDash, right? McDonald's.
Don't have DoorDash. No.
Yeah. Oh man.
Thing, isn't it?
All right, boys,
I do like the
into
option on
giveaway.
Uber now where you can get the driver to pick something up from a different shop. That blew me away.
Really?
We didn't used to have. Yeah.
Wait, so
I
you
first
actually
found
use
it in
that?
New York. Yeah. I first found it in New York. I
What?
didn't know it existed.
Okay,
But
that's
I've seen
crazy
they've
to me.
Now released it over here.
That's crazy to me because I see that option on DoorDash, right? I'm like, who would ever use that? But I guess people do use it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because you'd be like, oh, I need a packet of cigarettes or something from one shop. And then you're like, oh, do you know what? On the way, they could actually pick me up a burger, or vice versa. Maybe you get a burger from one place and then they don't do like alcohol, and maybe you get a beer from somewhere else.
Huh.
Oh, that is
Interesting.
really convenient. I hope you have those kinds.
It is, because it's always annoyed
don't have
me
DoorDash
if I've
over
gone
there.
to like order
Yeah,
food
because,
and then I
you'd
order
be
like
paying.
some drinks from a separate place, and then
Right.
you end up paying 2 delivery fees. I'm like, he's got to drive past there. It's on the same road or something. Why not just stop at the way?
Huh.
And now you can do that. Happy days.
Interesting. I guess I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke, so maybe that's why I never thought it would be actually
Maybe if you're
useful.
with friends, someone wants Chinese, someone else wants pizza.
Oh yeah, I guess that that in that case, yeah, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, if you're ordering for like a bunch of
Or
people, yeah.
you're ordering your dinner, like your takeaway for dinner, and then you also need some milk for your cereal in the morning or something. So getting to pick that up on the way too. It's good. I like it.
Wait, so Maiev, you don't have DoorDash over there?
We don't. We have
Really? Huh.
Uber was kicked out of the country. Not
What?
sure.
You don't
or,
have Uber?
Yeah, we used to have Uber before, but I don't know. Some regulations made them leave Asia overall.
So do you don't have ride sharing apps there, or do you use something else?
It was replaced by Grab, and Grab is like the
Grab.
Uber of Southeast
Interesting.
Asia.
Okay, interesting. Never heard of that.
And I like Uber more than Grab because before then there were two ride sharing apps. Uber was much better in service and cleaner, and I'd say at the price point they're fine. Grab was cheaper, but their cars are like dirty and stuff like that. But then when Uber left, it's like Grab took over everything, and then they just raised up the price, so it sucks.
I've actually never taken an Uber before. No Uber, no ride sharing, no Lyft or anything. I've always, I don't know.
How do you?
Some people are
travel?
quite skeptical of it.
Do
I
you
guess.
just drive or walk?
Yeah, if I have to go somewhere, I would just end up driving. Luckily, I think one of the best parts of Houston is there's parking lots everywhere, which I think is not like, it's crazy to me because I've always just thought that was like that was like a normal thing in life, is that, you know, if you have a place to shop, there's a parking lot, right? Like that's always like a thing that I thought was the thing. But then I went to Austin and nothing had parking lots. It's actually insane. You had to park in like parking garages for everything. You had to park on the side of the street, and like, I don't know. It's actually insane to me. But yeah, that's one of the best parts of Houston, is that you can actually just drive everywhere and park. Except for like downtown.
Don't drive in the UK. You will hate it.
Yeah,
Parking
probably.
is
Yeah.
non-existent.
Yeah, it's really one of the few things. I mean, yeah, it's one of those things in life that actually like triggers the fuck out of me, is when there's like no parking. It's actually so annoying.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Well, I mean, what you were saying about never getting a ride sharing in. Do you get in like taxis?
Taxis, I think like when I lived in China, when I went back to visit in China, I did. In America, I actually don't think I've ever had a taxi. No, I don't.
What about when you were a kid?
Everywhere yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not driving when you were 12 years old, right, Panda?
I
You were
mean,
in the
no,
US.
but No, but then my parents would be driving, or somebody else's parents would be driving. You know. I mean, I'm not taking an Uber when I'm 12, bro. That's even scarier.
So I tend to take Ubers mainly when, or taxis. You know, one of the same.
Still
Both.
feel
It just
like
depends on location. I think really which one I choose. But yeah, the main reasons to get Uber or taxi is because you've been drinking and can't drive yourself.
Ah, right.
Or maybe because you're going on holiday and you don't want to take the car because you're going to be leaving it at an airport and paying airport fees or something like that. You might get a taxi to the train station or to the airport or something like that. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, I typically I don't drive personally anyway, so I use public transport and stuff. And occasionally taxis are a bit easier, but most of the time it's alcohol driven. It's one of the reasons I don't drive. It gives me the freedom.
Right. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Again, I don't. I don't really drink, so I guess that's also why it's never really came up for me. Okay. So the giveaway, we have 6 people entered. We're picking 5 out of the 6. So if anybody wants a Hell Reaver, this is perhaps a good opportunity. Damn, IQ Ballerman went hard. 440 tickets. He really wants that Hell Reaver.
Oh wow! I'll be so disappointed for him if it just happens that he doesn't get it, especially on a 5 out of 6 chance. I'm sure he will.
That would be really funny if he doesn't. It would be really funny if he doesn't.
Why do I feel like he won't?
Because I see Lib Tekken enter with 10. So imagine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if he's gone in with 10 and he's gone in with 440, I think that would just be
what if he won't get picked?
I mean, unlikelier things have happened, right? So you never know. Okay, there we go.
If he's got 440 tickets, is that like half of the draw?
Yeah, more than half. Loma just entered with 90.
It's just over 50%, isn't it?
Yep.
It's around 870.
He really wants that Hell Reaver. Probably just keep it running for another 30 seconds.
To be fair, there are only just over 400 of them, so we're not talking massive amounts.
Okay, I gotta make sure my thing is on the right account now.
Am I winning?
Alright, gonna go ahead and close up the giveaway. 875 tickets entered. IQ Ballerman has still more than half, so let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. First, wow, 50.23 chance to win. Good thing he didn't win. Loma,
he can sleep
Chaos
safe and
Myth,
sound tonight. How did Chaos get there again?
Discomonk.
I'm the one who didn't win.
Maybe,
Was it you, Maiev?
Oh, there's
one more try, Maiev. One more try. So Chaos Myth did enter with 100 tickets, so he had a good chance to win.
Oh no.
So did Maiev though, so let's see.
Yeah, probably it's...
Oh, Maiev is in.
I won.
He's in.
Yeah, sorry, Mateus. You only entered with 10 tickets.
To be fair, the people that won are the people that entered the most tickets this time, so...
Okay, so the odds did play out.
Yeah. This time it was pretty fair.
Yeah, I guess looking at... I think I entered 90 tickets, and Loma's got the same percentage chance win.
Yep.
So if Libtech only entered 10, then you can see how that kind of would have played out. You'd expect or hope it would have played out that way, I guess. At least if you're me.
So Chaos Myth got in
is still 28k. So do you think we'll break 30k this week? Or we're gonna go on a downward spiral and go to 2k just like Vinci predicted?
Honestly, I think we're gonna get to 30k just because that was my original prediction, and then it dipped below 20k to make sure that was wrong, and now it's gonna go to 30k despite me. I see it
I
happening
mean,
already.
we did kind of say it was likely to drop to 20k and probably bounce a bit. Is there enough there to take it to 30? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not sure.
All right, here we go with the wheel. I think 30k. I mean, it's kind. I feel like it's gonna be a pretty hard resistance, but also, I think people want to see it at 30k. I think people want it. A rat, 1/4 cigar. First one out,
It's
unfortunate.
Ruzigar.
While we're spinning the wheel, reminder for everybody, I believe unless unforeseen circumstances happen, Alex will be on next week to give us probably a rundown on another one of his levels and probably talk a little bit more about Diablo 4 from his perspective. I believe he's also been playing the game, and I think there's the beta's gonna open up again, I think on Thursday, so you guys will have a little bit more time with the game as well.
I think it's Friday,
Friday.
24th. Yeah. Until the 26th. I'm looking forward. I haven't
but
even
you gave
tried.
it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. Not sure if I'd be playing it every season. Well, I played Diablo 3 for like 5 seasons.
There's seasons in it?
Yeah, there's seasons in there.
Like, when you say seasons, do you mean like season 1, season 2, or do you mean like fall, spring, winter?
Season 1, season 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 5 seasons, then it's like an entire year, right? And a quarter. It's too long. I can't play a game for that long. Even
Look
even
at
with
this.
Dota 2.
Chaos Myth on the board with 3 entries still.
I do like the irony of it being Chaos and Sassy Boy left. Even on the wheel, it always seems to be this way. Especially with a 2 in 3 chance of it being Chaos Smith for the win.
It'll be even funnier if Chaos Smith doesn't win. Because if I remember correctly, I think Sassy Boy won last time, no? Or I don't think Chaos.
Was it a similar outcome?
I think it was Disco who won first place last week.
Okay.
Yeah, Disco did.
Did I?
Smith. Yeah, he won first place. He got 85% Hellfire.
7 days
I remember
is a long
that.
time ago. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do remember that.
7 days. All right. So Chaos Smith does end up winning this one again. Congratulations. Let's see what we get with our Hell Reavers. Hell Reaver. Hopefully we have the runes for it. I admittedly did not double check, but I think we're okay. Yeah, we're good. Ooh. Well, that is 1 purple.
Oh, very nice.
one nearly purple. Honestly, quite a few golden ones. I was gonna say, okay, I didn't want to jinx it, so I didn't say anything before I crafted. But man, it's kind of crazy. It's been so, like, it's been like what, more than 60 episodes of RSS, I believe, and like, still no mythic. That's, I guess, pretty crazy. I don't know how the math actually adds up for that, but
it would be really interesting to see how many we've crafted in total on this wallet. You must be able to check it with against the contract or something.
I'm sure we can check it.
We can check it,
but I mean, just an estimate, I think.
Well, because we obviously give loads away every week as well. But there must be a way. Yeah, we'll be able to check it on the blockchain to see how many we've actually crafted. It would be interesting. I know certainly for me personally, it took thousands upon thousands to finally get a mythic.
Surely we crafted thousands.
And even that was on Beacon, which had a much lower percentage requirements. You had much better odds to getting a mythic. I think that was like 1 in 800 or something, or 1800, compared to some of the others, which are like 1 in 3,000 or 4,000, or some are even higher. So it depends on the item as well, you know.
I mean, I imagine
it's harder to craft a mythic now compared before, right? Because we have more attributes on the items now, right?
Yeah.
Like before, when we have just like 3 attributes, and there's like 1 out of 150.
Just like quick math, I think we crafted, like, I would estimate probably around maybe like somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,500 to 3,000 crafts. So we're getting up there in the amount that we crafted. I don't know if that's
I
like,
guess you're looking at what an average of or minimum of 40 crafts, really.
Yeah.
Each week, 52 weeks in a year. Yeah, you'd be looking at sort of around 2,000 there. So yeah, quite realistic. 2,500 I think is a good shout, because we've done some weeks where we do draw some extras. We've had the Christmas, we did like 100 draws and stuff for the end of Room Royale winners in the past too. So maybe Panda, maybe you're on the way to the mythic. Maybe it's getting to that point. Of course, the amount of draws is irrelevant. Some people have pulled a mythic, I think, on their kind of first go as well. So yeah, you just never know, do you?
Do you guys remember what the highest that we crafted? Was it a 98 or was it a 97? I don't think there's been a 99.
Yeah, I think
no, I don't think we have.
Yeah, no 99s.
I think a lot of items, due to the way the attributes collate, I don't think they always necessarily round.
Oh, they don't go to 99?
Quite often, no, quite often end up being 98.4 or 3 or something like that.
Right.
It rounds down and then goes straight up to a mythic.
Right, okay, that makes sense. We did, I think we got 2 0% so far. Still chasing the mythic. It'll happen one day. Maybe. Probably not, but hey.
Hey, look, a purple Hell Reaver, getting that epic out there. Especially when there is now only about 450 of these items out in the wild. It's not a bad result, just for playing on stream with us and joining us each week on Sunday.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, Discomonk. And thanks everybody for watching. I think with that, it's time for us to wrap up. See you guys all next week. Same time, same channel. Thanks everyone for watching. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.